In this video, I'm going to teach you the 6 steps to take to have your first listing within a month of being licensed as a realtor. Make sure you stick around for tip number 6. It helped me put 10 homes under contract in just 1 month. When I first was licensed as a realtor, I focused only on buyers. I was cold calling horrible leads and they didn't go anywhere. None of them were even right numbers, and I just wasn't having success, and I was honestly just getting discouraged. The mistake I was making was only focusing on buyers when there are so many better ways to scale your business. If you want business right now, there's only one way to get it, and it is having conversations. So this leads me into step number 1. Make a mental decision that you're going to do what it takes to get your first deal. Real estate is a challenging business to be in, and there are major aspects to why this can be a high stress and anxiety career. This is why deciding in the beginning and taking active action to make sure you stick to your plan is crucial. You cannot become an agent and overnight have business fall in your lap if you want to build your own successful brand. So sit down and write out your goals, why they're important to you, and what you're willing to do to achieve them, and then keep that piece of paper with you at all times, especially when the times get hard and you need a little motivation. The second step is do nothing else other than prospect when you start. Now, I want to be really clear, do not burn yourself out. There is a difference between pushing yourself and grinding so hard at something that you won't even be able to be consistent at it. For me, I was desperate, and so my back against the wall mentality allowed me to push through the days of prospecting for 6 to 7 hours straight. But this is not healthy long term. So what I recommend is setting a challenging goal, but attainable enough that you can do it day in and day out. So let me give you an example. Say you like cold calling, and this goal could be to do 10 30-minute power sessions a day of strict cold calling. Make sure you're taking a break between each sessions, but this would result in 5 hours a day of prospecting. For me, I knock doors, but would set a contact goal per day. The only thing that matters is just talking to as many people as you possibly can. Step number 3 to getting your first deal in your first month is to make sure the conversations you are having are absolutely on point. When you're prospecting, there are so many different scripts and dialogues that agents like to use. But in reality, it all funnels back to the basic premise of, does this person have a problem to solve? And if they don't, how can I earn the right to solve it in the future? So when making these prospecting calls or knocking or whatever you may be doing, make sure you are asking the right questions to determine their need, and then making sure you are the one that can provide the value to solve that need in the future. I personally believe that real estate agents let themselves off the hook way too much when they're prospecting and leave so much meat on the bone. And if they just sharpen their sales skills, they'd have so much more success. So I'll finish by saying this. I'm all for making friends, but if I truly care about a long-term relationship, I'm going to educate the people I talk to by pairing their situation with what I know to make sure they are in the path of success in their real estate endeavors. And from there, I'm going to stay in touch with a dialed-in follow-up system. This leads me into, of course, step number 4, having a dialed-in follow-up system. When you're not talking to people, you are following up. Either you're prospecting or following up. I have an entire video coming out on my follow-up system, so I will leave you on a little bit of a cliffhanger here, but I do want to explain why follow-up is so important. Making sure after every conversation you are taking notes, knowing their names, knowing about them and their situation will allow you to call them back in the future, re-knock their door, and while providing valuable marketing information that will get them engaged in visiting and touring homes with you in the future. This is a crucial aspect to your business, and you have to have a plan to execute it. The 5th step in getting your first listing is to talk to sellers, but shoot to get buyers. My whole philosophy around door knocking is that it is the king of prospecting because it usually results in 2 deals. The thing that most agents get wrong is that they're knocking to find a seller, when in reality, they should be knocking to find buyers. The reason for this is if you can talk to a homeowner, determine that a move may benefit them, either financially, emotionally, or whatever it may be, you can spark the excitement of home shopping. And once you have secured a buyer client by showing homes, the sale of their home will become almost automatic from the value of already provided. So make sure you reference my videos on how to knock doors and my live door knocking videos if you want to learn more of how to do this. Now, to the long awaited step number 6. If you truly want to get a listing within your first month of being a licensed real estate agent, mastering time management is your number one priority. This step may surprise you, but there is nothing more detrimental than an agent that wastes their time trying to figure out what they should do and does not effectively take advantage of their days. I talk about this all the time, and the reason for it is because I have seen firsthand the difference it makes when I actively track, plan, and map out my week and my individual days. You will be blown away at the increased effect this has on your ability to focus and get more done, and solidify the likelihood of getting your first listing in your first month as a real estate agent. So let's recap. I want you to have a concrete mindset of what you're going to do. Do nothing but prospect in the beginning. It's the only thing that matters. Nail down a follow-up plan for how you will stay top of mind for your new leads. Ask the right questions and push yourself to go deeper during those conversations to try and set or get more appointments. And lastly, manage your time. If you can follow these 6 steps, you will be on an absolute rocket ship to success. If you think any of these steps are specifically important, or if you would add anything else, drop it in the comment section and make sure to subscribe to my next video coming out about my entire follow-up system and how I keep track of my leads and current clients. I'll catch you in the next video.